Hey Virgos, this is going to be your 11/11 Stargate portal reading. So let's jump right on in and start by pulling a couple of oracle cards just to see what overall energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that we have out is Clean It Up. Let's grab another and see what other energies are surrounding this special 11/11 reading for you. And we have New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. So, Virgos, there's some things that you need to get in order right now when it comes to your life. And it almost feels as though what's been sort of holding you back from being your best self, living your best life, having all of these wonderful things and experiences that you were looking for is a lack of confidence. It could be that previous occurrences have made you a little bit unsure of yourself. Maybe it's made you unsure of your capabilities. This could be in the workplace. This could be in the romance space, if that's what you're looking for right now, your friendship space, anything. But it almost feels as though there's an element of self-doubt that's been surrounding you. And Spirit is saying that this portal is going to enable you to open up that energy where you look at yourself in a different way, where you can sort of eyeball yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I got this. I got this. There is literally nothing stopping me except for myself. And so it almost feels as though there's been a little bit of spiritual buildup, I think, that has knocked you down over time. And so in the process of cleaning it up, whatever your practice is, if you do cleanses, if you do cleansing baths, if you meditate, this is really about sort of clearing out that spiritual, emotional, and I think sometimes physical gunk. Maybe you haven't been eating too well, you haven't been working out, you feel a little bit heavy and loaded down. That can happen in any space in our bodies, right? Whether it's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. It's time to clean out all of that garbage so that you can be your best self, so that you can feel good about yourself, so that you can feel confident and competent in everything it is that you do. Because I do think that there are opportunities that are going to open up for you, but you have to be in a space where you're open and ready to receive it. You have to make sure that you believe that you can and that you believe that you are worthy of good things in this world. So let's dig into a little bit of tarot and see what's going on. So we're going to start first by checking into what it is that you can do to step into this portal that's opening up for you. And what we have for you is the Hanged Man. So sometimes when we look at the Hanged Man, we have someone who's kind of dangling by their foot and they're in limbo, right? But the Hanged Man also has another definition. If you look at traditional tarot, they typically have a golden sort of halo encircling their head. So the Hanged Man can be about looking at things from a different perspective, right? So whatever notions that you sort of had about yourself, any beliefs that you hold about what it is that you are capable of, things that you can or cannot do, it might be time for you to look at things a little bit differently. I feel like there's probably somebody in your life that thinks you are the best thing in the world. Maybe try looking at yourself through their eyes until you can do it for yourself. And we also have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is my warrior card. Because in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, you can see that it's represented by a person who is holding on to one staff and they have other wands, sort of around them. They're a little bit bandaged, they're a little bit banged up, but they are still standing. And so I think that for all that you've been through, for all that has sort of shaken your confidence when it comes to achieving your goal or gaining abundance, taking advantage of new opportunities, you've been banged up a little bit. And that could have created, a dent in your armor, so to speak, where you think that now you may not deserve things. And I feel like Spirit is saying that this portal is opening up for you to see things differently, for you to see yourself differently. So make sure that you look for the best in yourself and not necessarily the worst, because you are not sum total what people have thought of you or what people have done to you. There's always an opportunity to sort of create a new scenario. There's always an opportunity to create a new narrative. So what is it that you need to sort of be fully awake and aware for the energy that's coming in for you? We have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords really deals with disappointment, about heartbreak, about betrayal. You know, there's a profound amount of hurt that's associated with this card. And I think that in order for you to be able to move forward and take advantage of these opportunities that are coming towards you, there's going to be a need to acknowledge what you've been through. You know, sometimes we compartmentalize, we go in survival mode where it's like, let me just get through this. And we don't necessarily take the time to process. So I do think that acknowledging this and your feelings towards whatever it is has happened is a part of this clean it up, this healing process. And we have this clarified by the 10 of Pentacles and also the 2 of Pentacles. So I do think that for you to be able to, you know, take full advantage of what's coming towards you, you're going to have to be aware of a few things, right? The first is acknowledging that disappointment and hurt that you've experienced. And then figuring out how to find that balance between being smarter and wiser because of those experiences, but not internalizing what has happened to you and looking forward to the 10 of Pentacles, right? That ultimate bounty, that ultimate abundance and achievement in your life. So it does feel like there's, you know, a couple of competing energies where I think deep down you really want to believe that you deserve everything good in life. Because of things that have happened, because of this disappointment, you may not necessarily completely have convinced yourself of that fact. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, where's that middle ground for you? Where you can say, yeah, you know what, I've been through some bullshit, but that doesn't mean that I still can't get what I want. That doesn't mean that I'm not able to achieve all of these good things that I have sort of set out to do. Now, the intention that you are currently giving out to the universe, what are you putting out there? We have the Star. You wish, you wish, you wish. And it's a good thing to wish, right? It's sort of where we let our imagination run wild and, you know, dream that we hit that $1.9 billion lottery hit and all of that good stuff. But it almost feels as though this wishing is like, yeah, I wish I could have that, but I know that I can't, is what it feels like to me. Is that there's a lot of daydreaming, but you haven't necessarily convinced yourself that those dreams can actually come true. So it's almost just, you know, it's almost like negative self-talk is what I'm feeling, where you have things that you want, but you keep telling yourself that you can't have them. And we have the 6 of Swords. So there is, I think, a very strong desire for you to move on from this energy and move towards something that's more fulfilling to you, that puts you in a place of just feeling good, of feeling capable, of feeling strong. And so, you know, I think that the sparks are there, right? The beginnings of this energy are there. But how is it that you can better align with these intentions when your conscious is kind of telling you no? After all that you've been through, how can we get you in alignment with your intentions? We have the Chariot. This is the card of movement. This is full steam ahead. You can't stay stuck in this place where you are forever. So, you know, it might be a case where you start reading up on, how to clear yourself of this energy, right? If it's physical, what is it that you can do to get your physical body in order? Is it meal prepping? Is it, making time to take walks and get fresh air every day? If it's mental, Do you need to go speak with a therapist or a life coach or talk with a good friend, to help get things off of your chest? If it's spiritual, maybe you meditate. If you're into cleansing, maybe you do a cleansing ritual. Maybe there's some cord cutting that you need to do. Whatever feels right for you and your lifestyle, this is now the time for you to start acting on that. This is the time for you to start cleaning things up so that you can get your confidence back, so that you can start feeling good about yourself. We have that clarified by the Two of Swords in reverse. So the Two of Swords is the crossroads card for me, one of them, where a decision has to be made. And so for you to get into alignment with what it is that you want, the fulfillment of these wishes, and moving on to a place where you're more confident in yourself, you are going to have to move. You are going to have to make that very conscious decision to start doing things that feel good to you, that make you feel good as a person, that help you start getting your confidence back. Get you some new shoes, go to the spa, get a personal trainer, do something that makes you feel good. So how the downloads are going to come to you so that you know what to do and how to move forward and know that you're on the right track. We have the King of Swords. This is my very blunt and open and honest energy, right? So I think that when you get yourself on the path that you're supposed to be on, you are going to get very, very direct messages. I think that in this case, there are probably going to be people around you as you start making these changes, as you start focusing on yourself and getting your confidence back. There are going to be people who are going to tell you, like, hey, Virgo, I see a difference in you. Something's changed. There are some people that may like it. There are some people that might not like it, but they're going to notice. And there are going to be people who speak on it. They are going to be very open and honest. They might ask you, what's going on with you? Like something's different. And the High Priestess, to clarify, this is a card of knowing. So you're going to have sort of two things that happen for you, Virgo, that people are going to start commenting on the changes that you have made. They're going to start commenting on the shift in your attitude. They're going to notice that something's different about you. But even more than that, you're going to feel different. You are just going to know that you are now on this good path, that you are on this path that you should be on, because you're going to feel it yourself. There's going to be that little internal smile that's like, yep, I'm out here doing the damn thing. I'm on the right track because I haven't felt this good in a while. So pay attention to those people and pay attention to those feelings that you have inside as well. They're not going to steer you wrong. So the shift that's going to happen to you over the next, few months after this portal opens, we have the Two of Wands and we also have Justice in reverse. So this is an interesting pairing because my Two of Wands is also a crossroads card along with the Two of Swords. So I think that as you move along, you are going to have to make some decisions, right, about what stays in your life and what doesn't. And it almost feels as though some of these things are going to be a little bit unresolved for you. And I do think that this goes back to some of the people who are questioning this change that they're going to start seeing in you. And it's almost like, well, I don't necessarily know if you can come along for this ride. And there might be a little bit of sense of things being unfinished between you and these other people, because it's almost like, well, you liked me when I was an underdog. You liked me when, I didn't really know what to do with myself. You liked me when I was at my worst. And I don't understand why you can't appreciate me when I'm now at my best. And so I think that there might be some unresolved energies between you and other people in your life as you start to make this transformation. but it's necessary for you. It's important for you to undergo this healing process. It's important for you to get back to yourself before life kind of plucked you in the forehead and left you a little bit confused about who you are and what you deserve in this life. And that's okay. There'll be other people that come along to fill that void. But for now, this process is what's necessary for you to move forward in life. So that's what I got for you, Virgos. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.